believers. In today's video, I want to talk about how to overcome cynicism with proof and value. And when I'm talking about cynicism, I'm really talking about the sort of the psyche with a lot of people in the world right now. And what it comes down to is, honestly, times are tough for a lot of people. The world economy has obviously had a lot of issues in the last few years, and many people have been lied to, or at least they feel like they've been lied to. And I'm not going to get into politics here or the economy or what I believe or whatnot. The important thing to realize is, regardless of what the truth actually is one way or the other, a lot of people, a lot of consumers or business people or whomever that would buy your products and services feel like they've been lied to by government or corporations or big banks or whomever. And the important thing is, regardless of whether they've been lied to or not, they feel that way. And when it comes to marketing, we really need to make sure that we're conscious of this and we realize and understand this so that our marketing can overcome their doubts and their cynicism. And at the same time, a lot of people have felt, not only the economy, but have also felt scammed. There's been, over the last so many years, a lot of internet scams out there. People buy products and they can't get them refunded. And there's just, when it comes to even buying things on the internet, now it depends which website. If you're buying from Amazon, generally people feel okay, but that still exists. And it all comes down to the mentality that perception is reality. I know that's an old saying or cliche, but it really is true, especially when it comes to marketing, because whatever your target market's perception is, that is the reality for you and your business, because that is what you have to overcome or talk to. So with cynicism, it can affect businesses in many different ways. For one instance, if you're a type of business, let's say a store or something that sells to consumers, and you have some great deals, like you put together this package, and you've been able to structure it in a way where maybe even you're losing money on the front end, but it's just a great deal, and in your head it sounds great to you, but it doesn't perform very well. You're putting great marketing out there, at least you think you are, and you're getting the message out there and getting it in front of people, and people aren't buying it. And what ends up happening a lot of the times is you just don't realize that people don't believe it because it sounds so good to be true. And I think that's always been kind of true in marketing, but that mentality has been amplified in the last few years. And that comes down to guarantees as well. Like, being that I'm a direct response marketer, I always say that it's very important when you're selling products or services to consumers or a business people that you have some sort of a guarantee built into your offer. And even if the guarantee sounds too good, or if it's like a money back guarantee, a lot of people don't believe it, because most people have ran into issues where they go to return something, and yeah, they may be able to return the product, but it's a huge time suck. It's just they've built into the system this process where they're deterring you from returning whatever you've purchased because they don't want you to, and they make it very difficult. You have to fill out 15 forms and call 3 phone numbers and go to someone's office and do all this stuff. And so you have to get people past that. And then it even comes down to is, do your products and services work? You could have some whiz-bang product that you know works, and people may not just believe it because they just think it sounds so good to be true, or if they purchase other products or services and it hasn't done what it said it was going to do. And that happens a lot. Or it's just the fact that people feel like they've been lied to, and so when it comes to working with businesses, whether even just small businesses or larger businesses, people generally like to generalize, just like I'm doing right now, because it's just easier to process things day in and day out when you generalize things. So there are I've just put 2 different ways that this can be handled. And one is, you need to prove everything that you do, whether it's guarantees, whether it's deals, how your products and services work, and if they work. And you need to have an abundance of proof. And the main way to do that, the way that it's really been for the longest time, are testimonials and having lots of them. And the cool thing with internet types testimonials is that you can use not only text, but I think it's very important to have a picture, at least a picture of the person who's doing the testimonial, because that really gives a face that connects to the text and it's easier for someone to relate to them. But even more powerful is video. If you can get someone on video, people feel like they know you even more, or the person that's doing the testimonial, and it makes it more powerful. And at the same time, you want to try to find testimonials that match your target market. You want to have testimonials that cover the demographics, and I don't want to racially profile testimonials, but testimonials that even match in gender and race and age. And this just goes back to who I reference a lot with influence, Robert Cialdini. In one of his books, he talks about how the more closely that someone in a testimonial resembles you, the more you will believe what they say and think they are like me, so what they are promoting must be for me as well. And it's a very weird subconscious thing that happens. So you want to have a good idea of your demographics, or at least take your customer profile that you should have from your target market and match your testimonials to that, and that will make them much more powerful. And obviously the reason that testimonials work so well and build credibility is because what someone else says about your products and services is 1,000 times more powerful than anything you could say about them. And that could be you go somewhere and you're talking to someone face to face, and it's not even really a structured testimonial, and they said, oh yeah, so-and-so's massage business is amazing. I felt great after, blah, blah, blah. And just that type of referral like that, which is really a testimonial, puts a lot of credibility behind what you do. And I would say that the second way to handle this is over-delivering on value. And I'm big about that. I'm all about putting your best foot forward, helping people without charging them. You don't have to give away the boat, give away everything, but no matter what industry you're in, you can provide value, and it can be just information, something. You might sell physical products, you may have a grocery store or something, or who knows, but you can still provide information. You can provide recipes for some of the products you sell. I mean, there's all different ways you can try to help people by just providing information. And I say info is cheap. You do have time investment, some money investment, but info can be leveraged a lot, because once it's out there, you can have it set up in an automated fashion where people are getting this and getting value from you, and it's a lot of set it and forget it. So it becomes very efficient and cheap over time. And what this ends up doing is it's building trust, because if you sell products and services in a certain industry, and let's say someone may not buy from you, they may get on your email list or follow you on one of the social media networks. And if you're being really cool and putting out free content and helping them, over time, you're building trust and rapport with them. And when it comes down to timing and they're ready to buy a product or service that's similar to what you sell, or they're looking for something that you sell, they're going to remember you. And you're going to have overcome a lot of the cynicism that they could possibly have about products and services in your industry, because you've been cool to them. And like I said here, you can do that with blog posts and email marketing. You can do mobile marketing stuff and just getting stuff on social media. And the cool thing about social media is over time, you can be social too. You can actually act like a human being. Even if it's not you, it could be someone else in your business who is really good at socializing with people and knowing what to say and understanding some marketing. And they can build that rapport with people. So like I say here, a lot of this, the testimonials and the over-delivering of value can be very social media and internet driven. And I think the cool thing about this stuff is you can make this process automated in a lot of ways. And also, it can go very quickly. And, going back to testimonials, it's extremely powerful with social media, because if you're providing products and services to one or more people, and they happen to recommend you on Facebook, or they're blasting you out on Twitter, or they could be like Foursquare or Yelp, they're doing reviews and people are seeing those, that happens very quickly. They put a message up and multiple people can see it very quickly. It's a very powerful thing when it comes to testimonials, and so this is one big reason why you want to be having this in your business, because it's going to help. I guarantee there are people in a lot of industries out there who don't realize that they're dealing with cynicism, and they have no clue. They don't realize that there's people out there who are cynics. Or maybe you do and you just never really knew how to handle it that well, or use social media or the internet to overcome this roadblock to people getting your products and services. So that's all I've got for you today. And if you're interested in taking some of this stuff and applying it to your business, then I recommend you get our free social media audit. With our audit, we go through your entire social media or online presence and put together action-oriented recommendations that you can immediately apply to overcome cynicism and ultimately turn your friends, fans, and followers into loyal customers. So if that's something you're interested in, please click on the button below, submit your info, and we'll get back to you within 1 business day. Thanks, and make it a great day.